This is a proof of disbursement, a proof that disbursement is going to take place, and a well documented VN for every grant subscribers. And I want you to pay attention and listen very carefully, and make sure you read in between the line. Don't forget to subscribe and share this piece of information so that other people can also join us. The comment section is open for discussion. Let's discuss, and welcome back to the update. Pay attention and listen very well.
So grant community, green light is showing everywhere. Our heart desire is coming to reality already. Our heart desire in grant community is coming to reality. As you can see, the green light everywhere now. It is happening already. It is happening already in the history of grant in Nigeria. God has answered that prayer, my people. When I tell you that you should relax and keep praying to God. Don't worry yourself. Don't be doubtful. Don't be doubtful. Don't panic. When I told you, or when I'm telling you that you should not panic, you should just relax and trust in the Lord and continue in prayer of thanksgiving to the Lord. I told you guys that God is involved in this, and that God's hand is in what is happening in Grand Community. Ladies and gentlemen, uh, the record or the audio I'm about to play you now will wow you, and it will also rejuvenate you and revitalize your hope and bring back your hope alive again. My people, God has answered our prayer. God has answered our prayer already, as IMF, the National Monetary Fund, has called on the federal government of Nigeria to expedite the completion of its cash transfer program to support the vulnerable household in all the states of the federation on immediate effect, describing the situation as a crucial priority in the face of the ongoing economic reform. Yes, so my people, I wanted to listen to this audio record of the national radio broadcast or news on the national radio. Listen to it to the end, because it's towards the ending part that the IMF matter comes up. So listen, make sure you listen to it to the end, and hear for yourself. For those of you that are still doubting, the doubting Thomases in our midst in Grand Community, I need you to listen to this. Those of you that have been doubting, or you're even wondering whether there's anything such thing as IMF organization or officials in Nigeria, supervising the fund transfer or grant matter in Nigeria. This will clear your doubts, and your eyes will be cleared. By the time you listen to this, your doubts shall be cleared, and you begin to have hope concerning our expectation once again in Nigeria. So this is a news. This news carry to this news on the national radio to the end, and I'll see you soon with another powerful and so lifting, interesting update as soon as possible.
Tinubu will join fellow Muslims at the National Mosque in Abuja today for a special prayer session dedicated to the nation's peace, progress, and prosperity. This was contained in a statement yesterday by Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga. The prayer session, coinciding with the holy month of Ramadan and coming just 2 months before his administration's second anniversary, underscores the president's belief in the power of spiritual reflection and collective supplication in shaping the country's future. The president called on Nigerians to pray for divine guidance, national unity, and healing, emphasizing that collective supplication remains vital for the country's progress. Still at the Aso Villa, Ghanaian President John Mahama yesterday visited his Nigerian counterpart Bola Tinubu at the State House in Abuja. The visit, the first since his inauguration on January 7th, is to brief Tinubu, who also doubles as the chairman of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government, on his recent visits to Burkina, Mali, and Niger. Briefing journalists, the Ghanaian leader said he was in Nigeria to keep Tinubu updated on diplomatic efforts with the military junta leaders of Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso aimed at addressing regional security and stability.
But also to brief him on a visit I made to the Sahelian countries, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, to bring him up to date with some of the issues that I discussed with him. As ECOWAS chairman, it's my duty to come and brief him on some some of the concerns that were raised there, so that we continue to see how to dialogue with those other countries. Well, it's a complicated situation, and it's not as easy as we might think, but we just need to continue to dialogue and see how we can continue to cooperate together.
Respondent Tinubu said his talks with the Three Alliance of Sahel States, AES, by its French acronym, were essential to safeguarding lives and fostering prosperity across the region.
I'm indeed very happy of effort is made to have a bridge between the AES countries and the ECOWAS. It's not a bad idea for us because of the security situation in the Sahel region and what economic opportunity that we must embark to ensure security of life and properties of our citizens. The innocent people in this episode are the citizens of those countries, not much about us, the leadership. The citizens must be the first, beneficiary and the first part of reasons together.
Legislative matters, the House of Representatives has passed for second reading a bill seeking to stop anyone above 60 years from vying for election to the offices of the President and Governor in Nigeria. If this bill scales legislative scrutiny and is signed into law, President Bola Tinubu, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, and the 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, will miss out on the 2027 presidential contest as they are all above 60 years of age. The bill was one of the 31 proposed legislations which scaled second reading during yesterday's plenary session. The House also passed for second reading a bill for an act to alter the Constitution to provide for mandatory inclusion of youth and persons living with disabilities in political appointments. In the meantime, the International Monetary Fund, IMF, has called on the federal government of Nigeria to expedite the completion of its cash transfer program to support vulnerable households, describing it as a crucial priority in the face of ongoing economic reforms. The director of the IMF's Communications Department, Julie Kozak, made the call during a press briefing yesterday. She stated that while the fund welcomed Nigerians' recent efforts to stabilize its economy and boost growth, it was important that these policies were supported by measures that protect the country's poorest citizens. Last year, the IMF advised Nigeria to extend its cash transfer program to rural areas in light of rising poverty and food insecurity. The fund has consistently urged the government to scale up the initiative as a means of helping poor Nigerians navigate the worsening cost of living crisis. Meanwhile, activist Omoyele Showore and lawyer Inibe Efyong, among other Nigerians, have reacted to the query letter issued to a nursing student by the Delta State College of Nursing Science, Osato Edobo, over a recorded video of an event which had the First Lady Olu.
Good evening, honorable ladies and gentlemen of the Grand Community. My name is Pastor Donald Obasokori, SSA to Just Lovely and Director of Special Duties Just Lovely team on March 2025. I want to address an important issue very quickly. Number one, a lot of people are being confused because of giving yourself to so many channels of information, and that is one thing I want to address this evening. Assuming that you are a medical student, and also the structure and the system of the governance of the nation, Nigeria, is to embark on prayer. Is to embark on prayer. If there is a question like, is there any money? I will tell you in all absolutes that there is money. There is money. Now, another question that is very prevalent is, when will this disbursement come? I know that a lot of people have lost hope it will never come because of the antecedents of events in Nigeria. This type of something has never happened in Nigeria. People that have tried it in the past, it has never happened, things of that nature. Yes, there are people that are great today that when you begin to check through their generations, there was nobody in that generation that was great. But somebody was born who rose up and became a turnaround, a turning point, a breakthrough in that family, and things started to work well. If there is, or if there are people who are to be used to break the jinx of things not working the way it should work in a civil climb in Nigeria, our generation shall break that jinx. I want you to know that God has ordained it, and there is no human being born of a woman or incarnated by a spirit that can do it, that can stop it. Nobody can do it. And I'm saying it with every conviction and boldness that nobody can stop this move of God. It will definitely come through. Now, the question of when will it happen? Since there is a promise that after Salah, it will be done, though no definite date has been given, we need to back it up with prayer. Let the IMF, the stakeholders, and then with the federal government, consigned individuals align together and bring this project to pass once and for all. This is a project that if it happens today, most of the thing Nigerian government is fighting to stop will organically stop. Where there is hunger, there is too much trouble there. When somebody cannot pay for his house rent, when somebody cannot pay for his children's school fees, when somebody cannot afford food, these are essential necessities of life. When somebody can't afford all those things, that person organically will be structured to crime. These are simple things that we should be able to know. And when opportunity like this come, it is an avenue to take an advantage to stop a lot of social vices and bring things in good place. That is my prayer, that the government in place in Nigeria shall have a revelation of the type of opportunity God has given to them. Because with a grant or with no grant, we will still prosper, we will still do well. That is the truth. But with this grant, it is going to help the government to have a very wonderful environment. You know, somebody who has a business is doing will not have time and be considering going into crime. That is the truth. The level of trouble we are faced with in Nigeria is it is like something that is increasing day by day. And this blessing God has given to us, we crash it overnight. So let's continue praying that this one we have been told till after Salah. May God do it, that it will happen like that. After Salah means from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So we pray that something by next week, that something can happen. If it happens now, this nation, Nigeria, will experience such a turnaround that even the government could not comprehend. That is my prayer. Then to everyone that is in the grand community, I want to tell you this. Stop subscribing to fake information. I don't speak regularly. The time I was writing regularly has gone. That time is past. The time I was doing daily write-up, even in a day I may do 2 or 3 write-ups, when we were trying to make sure that the consciousness of people will be focused on a particular track that will make them to get the victory. We have achieved that purpose. And this time around, the only thing that brings me out to talk is to say, calm down. Calm down. The issue that has to do with this disbursement, it is settled in heaven. And the earth has given consent to it. It must happen. And through this, economy of Nigeria will breathe the breath of life. Nigerian citizens that are in the program will breathe the breath of life. And that is why I am coming this evening to let us know there is no cause for alarm. That it didn't happen this week as proposed or as expected does not mean it is lost. For those of you that have called or that have chatted me up and I responded or I didn't respond to you, if I didn't respond to you, it's not an act of negligence. It is because of the nature of what is in my hand. And I want to use this time also to say, whether I responded or I didn't respond to you, this very voice note has settled it all. The Lord will keep every one of us alive. You will witness this breakthrough. Nothing is going to stop it. God bless us all.